Okay, this is gonna be good, huh? Little meatball hoagie, little chicken parm hoagie, some roast potato wedges. Got all my cool stuff here. First thing I want to do, get some butter in the microwave because I want that soft. I say 1 minute. All right, potato wedges. I'm going to cut these potatoes in 6. Let's see how they look. Yeah, that's about right, huh? That should take about 20-25 minutes. And that's right about how long everything else is going to take, so. You can definitely cut them thinner if that's your plan, to cook them faster. And we're going to take a chunk of garlic. One should be plenty. Give them a good mush. Gonna go right on them long ways. I'm gonna turn them sideways and go across them. We don't want to get this butter out of here because I don't want that oven beeping, that microwave beeping. Okay. I'm gonna chop these up fine. I got the oven preheating. It's on 400 because you want some heat. Some good heat. I'm going to put these right in this bowl. Okay, a little bit of garlic. Some of that seasoned salt. And I'm going to put some chipotle or smoked paprika. Not a whole lot. I want to be able to eat them, right? And some chili powder. Dark chili powder, that's good stuff. Okay. Add our butter to that. We're going to save just a hair of the butter, just a hair, for in a couple minutes from now. Give that a quick stir. Get our potatoes in there. Yes, that was for the potatoes. Give them a toss. I want to give them a good coating. You could put Italian seasoning in there if you want, oregano. We're not going to do that. Okay. Potatoes, we're going to put them on one side over here. Because we're going to need the other side to cook our hoagies. Grinder, hoagie, depends on what part of the world you're from. Get some of that stuff on there. Okay, look at that, huh? Nice. I'm going to go ahead and get those in the oven right now. So like I said, the oven's at 400. I'm going to put them right in the middle. Okay, meanwhile, get this pan on. And I'm going to put a little bit of butter in that pan that I had left over. Where is it? Just about a 1/4 ounce. We don't really need a whole lot. Okay. Let's get the rest of our garlic. Another garlic here. I'm going to chop this up fine. Remember, keep those fingers out of the way. And the finer you chop it on your first pass, the better off you are, because you're not going to be chasing stuff around. Big old chunks. Trying to make them smaller. There we go. Nice, huh? That should be good. I'm going to take about a half an onion. Leave that little stump on the back there. We got about a pound of ground beef. This should be plenty. So this, we want to go as thin as we can here. Take your time. Cut down into it. Get as close to that root as you can. When you're doing it this way, watch out for that finger. Cut towards the center when you're doing that this way. Okay, then we're going to turn it sideways. And we're going to cut as thin as we can here too. We want to get a really fine cut here. You could actually take your cheese grater, and that would work for that too. Okay. Get these in the oven, on the fire. Okay, we just want to sweat them down. We don't really want to saute them too much. Meatballs aren't going to take a whole lot of time, so this will just give us some flavor. Woo boy! Where's our bowl? We're going to take our bowl. Hey, that's got that stuff in it. I don't care. Take our bowl there. I'm going to put 1 egg in here. This is our meat. This is about a pound I said in there, right? Yeah. Put 1 egg. Okay. Some Parmesan cheese. I don't know, what is it? What do you think that is? About a tablespoon? 2 tablespoons? A little bit of milk. That's about 1 ounce. What's going to happen with that is your egg's going to give it some flavor, some fat inside of it. You got plenty of fat in the meat. But that's going to bind in with the breadcrumbs. So we got just a little bit. Breadcrumbs will give it a little bit of flavor. It'll give you more of a substance, make them light and airy. Okay. This, we're going to put a little bit of Italian seasoning in here. Nothing like Italian meatballs. There's about a teaspoon in there. And a little bit of salt. I'm using a Lowry salt. I'm going to get some flavor in there. And black pepper. Okay, get in there with your hands. Okay, that's nice. It's not really hard. Got a little dense flavor to it. Okay, put your fist down inside of that sucker. Okay, our onions have been sweating. Garlic. Get that out of the way. Mix these guys up. Right, that's good. I like it. Let's get out our meatball pan. Meatball pan. I'm not going to need that for a minute. Let's get that turned on. Okay, so we got our ground beef ready to go. Smells good. Got some seasoning in there, not a whole lot. We're going to go about golf ball size. Alright? Get your fingers in there and roll the meatballs. I mean, everybody knows how to roll a meatball. Cup your fingers, give it a little bit of pressure because you want them to be compact. You don't want to jam them in there, make them hard as a rock, but alright, it's about the size of a golf ball. I'm going to try to keep them uniform, obviously. Make them a little bit smaller if you want them to cook faster. I already got that pan sprayed down. Good thing about meatballs, you can make them, cook them and freeze them, or make them and freeze them anyway. Doesn't matter. And it's beef, so if it looks like one's too big, grab a chunk off it and roll it some more. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish these up. And I'll be back in a minute, alright? Watch me make meatballs. Okay, look at that. Now we got about, what, there's 4, there's 12 meatballs. Let's get them a little separated, give them room to breathe in there. It'll cook a little faster that way. Okay. Alright, they're about 2-ounce meatballs a piece. They should take about 15-18 minutes to cook. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little spray on top of these. Just to give a little bit of extra oil for crispy, because I want a little crisp on these guys. Alright, and these are going to go in the oven with those potato wedges. Alright? Okay, we got about 10 minutes done on our meatballs. Let's get this little stove here fired up, huh? Okay, I got about 2 ounces of oil in there. Beef. The vegetable oil in there. Good enough. Got a couple hoagie rolls. Okay. My paper plate with something to drain on there. And we got that chicken. I know that video is kind of muffled and old. I used an old GoPro for that, so hopefully we get a little better going on here. And we definitely want this oil to be about 350 to get started. It'll take a minute. You don't want it to be cold oil. If you put it in there, it's just going to soak it up. It's not going to do any good. It's going to get soggy on you. Potatoes been in. No, that's been 10. Potatoes are in for 10, so potatoes been in about 20 minutes. They're perfect size. They're going to take about another 8 minutes and they're going to be done. Meatballs be done in 4 minutes. Okay, this guy is starting to shimmer a little bit. That means we're at a good heat. Our chicken's pretty cold, so it's going to cool it down once we put it in. So let's get a couple pieces of chicken in there. Nice little sizzle. And one more. This little one to be nice in the middle there, huh? Okay, leave them alone. Okay, it's a stainless steel skillet. They're going to stick to the bottom for now. So just let them do their thing. They'll come loose whenever they're ready to come up. See, if I try to move them right now, they're sticking. Okay, you can move them around when you put them in, slide them back and forth to get the oils going, but let's just let them be for a minute. Alright, meanwhile I'm going to take a poke at the meatballs. They're sizzling up. Potatoes are nice and looking dark. They're probably coming up nice and soft. Okay, these have had a chance to settle down a little bit. So now they're going to come up a little easier. See that it's coming up now? Okay. If you were to try to pull stuff up, when you try to saute something, you put it down in that oil, it's going to stick at the start. Fish is going to stick. Anything you put in there is going to stick right where it's at until it starts to cook a little bit, and then it'll release itself. Kind of like on a grill. You throw a piece of fish on a grill, it's going to stick right to that grill top until it starts to cook, and then the protein and all the fats and all the liquids, it'll come loose when it's ready to move, believe me. Okay, so these guys are nice. They're all nice and soft and moving around. We're going to let these go for about 2 minutes, and then we'll be back, and then we'll flip these guys over and do the other side, all right? Okay, it's been about 2 minutes or so. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, there it goes. Here's our timer. Stop our timer. That means those have been in there for 15 minutes, those meatballs. Turn this chicken over. Unlike the pork, as I was starting to say, unlike the pork, this chicken's got to cook thorough. So you want to make sure you cook your chicken to 165, and you want to make sure you're not too high, because if it's too high, it's just going to burn the outside, and you're not going to end up with, you're going to have raw chicken in the middle. All right, let's give those meatballs a check. How are those guys looking, huh? Oh, they feel nice and firm. They're done. All right. We're going to cut one open. Them babies are hot. All right, look at that. That's perfect, huh? That was 15 minutes right on the button. Nice and juicy. Let's check our chicken over here. Chicken's coming along nicely. We're almost done. Gonna move these meatballs off to the side real fast. Okay. So chicken's got to be to 165. It's got to be cooked well. It doesn't have to be cooked to death, because you're going to cook it again. But you want it to be cooked, okay? Okay, that's nice. That's done. I'm going to pull this off to the side and let some of that fat drain off of there. And let's get a couple more pieces on here. Since I got 6 pieces all done. Get them going a little bit. There we go. The word saute means jump. At least that's what I always learned when I was younger. It's kind of jumping it around in the pan like that when you're cooking. Alright, so this is good. What I'm going to do is move these out of the way for right now. And we'll get moving here. Get the stove on nice and low. I gotta try that meatball. Oh, excellent. Now we're gonna... Oh, that was excellent. Let's grab our potato box out of here. Look at our potatoes. They're nice and tender. They're almost perfect. I'm going to set that off to the side for right now. Now we're going to do, take our chicken. Let's get our bread opened up a little bit here. I'll move this over to this side a little bit here. Got some spray down underneath there already. Got our hoagie. It's going to want to flop to the lighter side. Put that side over there. Same thing, this one's going to want to flop to the other side probably. Put that against your edge just to catch the edge there. We're going to take our chicken Nice, huh? Lay that guy right in there. Lay that guy right in there. We weren't messing around here, let me tell you. Look at that guy, huh? That's beautiful. Depends on what kind of a meatball person you are. You want to put whole meatballs in this guy? Go ahead and do it. You want to cut them down a little bit, cut them in half, any way you want to do it. I'm going to take these guys and lay them right in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that sucker, huh? Could have cut them in slices. That's another way we used to do those a lot. And we're going to take your favorite tomato sauce. Don't be cheap. Don't be cheap. And we'll get it on our chicken. Sure, you could put this in a bowl and toss it around a little bit. Why? Look at that. That's beautiful. Some mozzarella cheese. Let me flip my chickens back here. Some mozzarella here. Don't be cheap about this either. Our oven's still sitting back there at 400. Little Italian seasoning right across the top of that guy. You gotta have the Italian seasoning now, right? And these are gonna go back in the oven. Since everything's hot under there, it's not going to take a whole lot of cooking time, just enough time to melt that cheese off. Get that bread a little toasty. Let's go in the oven, and this will go in for, I say about 6 minutes, maybe 7. Chickens, other ones are ready to be done. They're flipped. They got about 2 minutes on them. Okay, well, we're going to get to about 7 minutes and we're going to pull those out and see what we end up with, huh? Okay, let's see what we got. It's been about 8 minutes. Sorry. It's been about 8 minutes in here. I can smell everything cooking. Oh, would you look at that, huh? Potatoes are roasted up nicely. Meatballs are nice and melted in there. The cheese is melted in there, caramelized nicely. Let's see what we got here. Buns are toasting. First things first. Let's get a couple of these potato wedges. Look how soft and tender they are. 6 on each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get those potatoes. You don't always have to have everything put in at the same time. You can put stuff up as you're prepping it. If you know it's going to take longer than the other things, you put those in ahead of time. Okay. Here we go. Let's go with the meatball hoagie first. Nice and toasty. You can hear the bread in there, crunchy, huh? Nice, huh? Steam coming out of there. Here's that chicken parm, same thing, toasty. Cheese is all nice and caramelized on top. Nice, huh? Steam coming out of that guy. Let's get this out of the way. There you have it, a meatball parm, meatball hoagie, meatball grinder. I don't know what they call it in your part of the world or where you're from. Chicken parm, steam's coming out of that guy nicely. That's beautiful, huh? Didn't take very long. And then we'll eat this and I'll let you know how it was.